Okay, so you feel lost because you've basically been living your entire life on autopilot while also being upset about the fact that you've pretty much just let people tell you what to do and who to be your entire life. You desperately want to be who you truly most authentically are, but you don't even know where to start and who that is. And since you've been letting other people and outside influences navigate your entire life, basically, you lack a lot of self-trust. And you probably harbor a lot of shame and resentment not only towards yourself but other people. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, where do I even start? Good starting place is to be kind to yourself. But honestly, you are going to have to start practicing the skill, because it is a skill and a muscle to build, of kindness and compassion and patience towards yourself and therefore others. And this helps and works in tandem with parts work. So parts work is basically a term that was coined by IFS therapy. When we start to recognize that no parts of us are bad, and all those parts that we think are bad or self-sabotaging are actually parts that have just been trying to keep us alive and protect us, and they just need a new job, everything changes for you. And this goes back to my first step about being kind and compassionate not only towards yourself but others, because basically we live in a shame culture. Not only have most of us been told what to do our entire lives, but most of us have been motivated by shame and negative reinforcement. So naturally, there's going to be a trust issue between you and yourself, because at a young age, you were taught to self-abandon yourself and go against everything that feels authentic to you because you were shamed out of being that version of you. And because of that, you didn't want to not do whatever this person was telling you to do because you were scared to be abandoned. And as humans, we have a need for community. So at a young age, you learn to sacrifice your own need for self-authenticity for the need for community. Really take a moment to understand what I just said to you. At 5, 6, 7, even younger, your child self had to make an executive decision on how to keep you alive. If we are being honest, it did pretty well. You're still here after all, you're watching my TikTok. If you are sitting there discrediting yourself by saying like, yeah, I'm alive, but like barely, there's so much more I could be doing, I could be better. Please be aware of the fact that you are talking to your inner child the way that negative caregiver talked to you when you were a kid. And look how well that turned out. And as we all know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results. So if you want a different result, you got to do different things. You got to think differently. So what are the first steps? How do you start actually being authentic with yourself? Kindness, compassion, grace, patience, parts work. A lot of this starts by becoming aware of the autopilot thoughts you are thinking throughout the day without judgment. I want you to really start being observant of your thoughts without any type of judgment. You think a positive thought? Cool. You think a negative thought? Cool. They mean nothing. You are just observing. Once you get a good understanding of what you are constantly thinking throughout the day, start to ask yourself if these thoughts are empowering you and if they're not. And if they're not, get rid of them. And if they are empowering you, keep snowballing on those thoughts and really just adding to them. Anyway, that's as much as I can fit in like a 3-minute video. Plus, I don't want to overwhelm people more than they already are. But feel free to follow. My name is Sarah. I'm a self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help people get reacquainted with who they most authentically are. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in that, DM me. But I also offer a lot of self-experimenting tips and tricks on my TikTok, so feel free to like and follow. But otherwise, please know that you're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.